Guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be making a long silk long sleeve dress. Now I'm using the mesh fabric for the upper part of the dress and for the sleeves.
Tip top, I'm going to measure 4 inches, which will be for the neck area, and for the sideways I'm also going to measure 2 inches. Now keep in mind this is on fold. Now what I'm going to do at this edge is create a curve connecting the 2 dots together. Now next up I'm going to measure for 10 inches. Okay. I'm going to create a line, and this will be the chest line. So next up I'm going to make a measurement for 8 inches, which is for the shoulders. Okay, 8 inches at the top and 8 inches at the chest line as well. And I'm going to create a dotted line connecting to both. Now next I'm going to measure, I think I already measured 8 inches, right? Right on 10, I'm going to measure 8 inches, which will be the dot line, which will be the marking for the armhole area. I'm going to put a marking for the armhole right there. I'm going to connect again, create a dotted line to the armhole. Lines right here, and then create a curve shape right here. Create a straight line, and then a curve right here. Now next up, the bust that I'm working with is 36. 36 divided by 2 is 18. Divided by 2 is 9 inches.
It's 16. It's 16. 36 divided by 2 is 16.
18. I guess it's other 2.
What did you say?
36 divided by 2.
Oh, 36, yes, 18.
So the underbust is 15. So I'm going to put a marking for 15 right here. And again from the shoulder for the armhole to underbust is 15. And I'm going to connect this line, and then again measure from the neck area to underbust is 15. I'm going to put a marking right there, and then I'm going to measure the waist. The waist is 30, so 30 into 4 places is 7.5. 7.5. Okay, I'm going to go from here, from the bust area, and make a dot from the bust to the waist, which is a 7.5. And the hips that I'm working with is 40. So I'm going to go down from the top, under bust, waist, and then I'm going to stop at 26 inches, which is the hip point. And the hip that I'm working with is 40. So 40 divided by 4 is 10. I'm going to put a marking right there. Come back up to the waistline. And then make a marking for the waistline to the hip point. And at the hip point, I'm just going to extend the dots out all the way down, making it like a how do you call it?
Diagonal line, a bridge.
Yeah. So I'm going to at the hip point, I'm not going to do any more calculations. I'm just going to extend the dots line out into a diagonal shape. So what I'm going to do now is to draw out, follow the curves that I have, starting from the armhole area to the chest line, on the bust, waistline, to the hip line, extended. Because of the sewing allowance, I'm going to have 2 inches, starting from the armhole area, 2 inches on the sides. This will be for the sewing allowance, 2 inches all the way out. 2 inches all the way out. You get the point. All right. So now I have the pattern already dotted out. So what I'm going to do is, because of the shape, I'm going to cut out this area, and then I'm going to cut out this area for the armhole. I'm going to cut out both this and both this, as well as this line right here. So this right here is the neck area. And always remember, this part needs to be slightly curved, and you can measure out 0.5 because you want the shoulder to be slanted and not straight. So this is the armhole area. Okay. And then there we go. Now for this part area, this is where the net, the two nets is. And in the picture that I have, mine is as a little bit of a, what shape is this on?
Triangle.
A triangular shape right here. You can make yours straight or however shape you want, but for me it's a triangular shape. So I'm just going to cut it like this. And this is the yoke. This would be the yoke. Okay, now this is the pattern to create the dress. Again, this is the bust area. This is the waist. This is the hip point. Okay, and then this pattern will be used for the, from the chest all the way down to the floor. Measure the length, which is 21 inches, which I'm going to make it 22 because of the sewing allowance, which is 12. So I'm going to mark for 6 right here, in addition to, I'm going to add 1 on the side, and next one at the top I'm going to measure down 2.5 inches, and then make a point for 2.5 inches. What I'm going to do here is to connect this, make a connection or make a dotted line from the top line right here connecting to this part. So I'm just going to create a dotted line. Again, it will be more of like I'm going downwards, and then make that connection like that. All right, now the bicep is 6 inches, which I already have here. So I'm going to go up top here and then make a point mark for 6 inches, and then make a dotted line connecting from this point down to the 6 inches, 8 inches. So 8 inches into 2, that is 4, making a mark at the top right there. So what I'm going to do is to make a connected dot from where we started here, which I already did here. So I'm just going to make the connected line from here all the way down to the bottom of the sleeve. And that is it for the sleeve. Remember to have 0.5 or 1 inch at the top, just so you have room for ease and something to work with. So don't just cut it right on top of the line. Make sure that you always add extra, especially if you're cutting directly on the fabric. So if you're working on a pattern and you're still trying to learn how to cut or how to create your pattern, always you can leave it as is, but the moment you transfer to the fabric, always make sure to have additional inches. That way you have room for ease, room for more. The sleeve, once you open it, after transferring the pattern onto the fabric, I'm going to start the sewing process.
complete this look, I'll also bought a pair of buttons at the store, which I'll be turning into earrings. So using Blue E6000, I have the back placement and the herring stopper. Then, as you can see, all complete. Here's the final look of the dress. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.